Hi, Caitlin. How you doing? Thanks so much for getting your work up. So the first thing I want to mention is that this is not working, and apparently this is an HTML5 player, YouTube player, but it's supposed to be supported in Safari, which I'm using Safari. I also tried it in Firefox, which is also supposed to be supported, and it doesn't work in either. So I'm just wondering if it might be better just to submit an MP4, just a regular old YouTube video. MP4, it'll play anywhere, any place, anytime, on any computer. So that's what I would recommend. Okay, I'm dying to see this too. Really good. You know what? Where was that spec sheet? Right here. Oh, where was it? Yeah, human interaction. That was a great idea for you to do this video. And the reason I'm going to gear this whole next few minutes towards your portfolio, because this is going to be portfolio work. And I think that in your electronic portfolio, if you were able to include a video of your interacting with the product itself, I think that would just be phenomenal. Excuse me. And I looked at your PDF. I'll talk about that in a second, but I'm just really dying to see that video. Okay, and we'll talk about the soft packaging in a second, but I want to take a look at the package redesign. Okay, let's take a look at your presentation. So sorry, losing my voice. Okay, do these pages really need to be framed in? I think you're not allowing there's no interaction with the page with, what's going on. Everything's boxed in. I feel like I'm kind of being boxed in, and there's no getting out. And it's really, really kind of claustrophobic when you frame pages in like that. So I recommend not framing pages in. I would remove the page. The next thing I want to mention is your typography. Your type is pretty large. And also, if we take a look at your paragraph formatting, you're indenting, but you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters deep. That's too far. 2 or 3 is fine. And I think that your type is very, 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 very large, almost unwieldy. One more thing is I think that your character count is too long for each line. I'll bet this is pushing 90. You should have, I think, anywhere between 55 and 70. If you have any more, think about 2 columns of type. And I definitely would like to see you reduce that type size. Okay, so just taking a couple of looks at your actual layout in the presentation here, Kat, because I want to see this go in a portfolio. Okay, and look, I just noticed something. Looks like these are spreads. Let me try something here if this is saved out as spreads. Let's go to page display, and let's go over to a 2-page view. And yeah, they're not. This wasn't saved out as spreads, because what we're seeing here is we're seeing the cover being spread out with page 2. And I think what you're trying to do is have the cover, then page 2, and page 3 being one spread, 4 and 5 being another, 6 and 7, and then 8 being your last page. So check that. Make sure that you have spreads checked in both your export settings for PDF and in your PDF settings themselves. Export settings for PDF in InDesign. Okay, so I think that the one other thing I wanted to mention about your presentation here, and again, listen, as far as the assignment goes, you drilled it. I mean, you just drilled it. That's fantastic work. I think, and that what I want to talk about the way this is going to play out in your portfolio. So let me get out of this 2-page view. And that's really what I'm interested in right now, Kat, is this getting into your portfolio and taking a look at that. So okay, let's take a look at the sketches. The sketches look great. I think these warrant maybe even zooming in to a couple of these. And you can just take these, and in Photoshop and just, take that Command-J, get a new layer, save it out as a different file, place a different file. That way you can size it as big as you want. So you don't have to necessarily try to keep these sketches confined to one page. I think it would be nice to have a couple of these much bigger so we could actually read your notes. And I'm, again, going towards portfolio. I'm not saying you have to do this for this assignment. You already nailed the assignment. There's your original packaging. There's your new packaging. That's a good shot, I think. This is a problem, Kat. Let's look at the craft. Okay, we got to get those as closer to perfect as we can. I mean, even if you have to go in there, honestly, and Photoshop these, they have to be really perfect. And the other thing is that this is on one angle, this is on another, and then this is on a third. So and I know they're going to rotate, but I just think this is just a prime real estate for graphics. It really is. I mean, this is just like, you could even have little illustrations of how this works. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I know this would be a hard plastic, recycled, probably PET plastic, and eventually, the user's going to know how to use it. But I just think, I don't know, that was an idea. Think of a couple more, because this is prime real estate right here. As we can see, look how stark that looks compared to the packaging. Packaging looks good, by the way. Looks really good. Nice job. I could see this on a shelf just working out just fine. Full packaging. What I would like to see is, these with the die lines, with the cut lines, the trim lines, and I'd like to see your die lines. I guess is what I'm saying, is I'd like to see your die lines of this actual setup there. I think that would be really a great thing in your portfolio as well. Then let's jump back here, and planogram looks good. But boy, it would be nice if you were to be able to get some shots of, what, I just noticed something. Is that a photograph, or that's a digital? That's a digital. Yeah, you should shoot that. Shoot your package. Shoot it from the front, and then, well, I guess, now this is fine, but at the very least, what I would do is I would go ahead and fill these in. If you could find something to put in there, it would just make this planogram look fantastic. Really, really looking like you know what you're doing here. So those are my recommendations moving towards portfolio. As far as this assignment goes, Kat, you just really, really nailed it. Okay, let's get out of there. And okay, let's talk about your soft packaging. This is great. Snapple. Oh my God, I haven't had a Snapple in so many years, and now I want to go and have a Snapple. Anyway, let me check time. 7:35. I got to move it here. Okay, so, all right. I would photograph that on a clean background, because, again, thinking forward to portfolio. Same thing with this. Now, photographing on wood is fine. It's really super trendy right now. But if I would really light it up and try not to let anything in the background. Sorry, kitty. Anything in the background at all. Make it look like a studio, not your home. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be some snobs in your portfolio review that are going to go, oh no, cat goes. It's funny. So that's why I say play it safe. Just shoot it on poster board. This is good, really good. This is fantastic. What I would like to see is, again, I mentioned this before, I'd like to see your graphics when the time comes. Apparently you're not done yet, but with your graphics, because that's how far we got, and that's awesome. So when you are done with your graphics, I'd like to see this die line with your graphics. Okay. The other thing is, this is just so good. And the craft is fantastic. I know this is a little version, that's probably an 8.5 by 11, so it's going to be tiny, right? So I'm guessing, let's put your graphics on there and fold it up, and let's have a little mini Snapple. Number one, it's going to be cute as heck in your portfolio, especially if you put a little dime next to it so we can see how big it is. And then also, it just really shows, it shows that you understand. And that's the one thing that I just wanted to mention, is that I'm not seeing right now that I think I would love to see in your, when this moves to portfolio, is that your understanding of placing flat graphics on a flat surface with the intent of cutting it, trimming it, folding it into a 3D object. Okay, so that's why I would like to see your graphics on your die line, like in their shot, right? Okay, sketches look fantastic. Can't wait to see where this goes, boy. You are nailing this class. Have you thought about this? You've got a really good knack of this whole visualization and understanding how to go from two-dimensional flat space to a three-dimensional live object. Really good. Really good stuff. All right, that's what I got, Kat. Hey, thanks very much. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, look, I'm going to make 10 minutes. That's kind of my goal, I guess. All right. Awesome. Any questions at all, please get with me. Thank you.